On November 28, 2025, a crucial debate unfolded within the halls of the Philippine Department of National Defense budget hearing. In the middle of the Senate floor, the Philippine Air Force found themselves defending a major decision before the nation's policymakers. Senator Raffy Tulfo posed a question that was simple yet piercing. He questioned the military's plan to purchase 6 additional units of the A-29B Super Tucano light attack aircraft from Embraer. For Senator Tulfo, this purchase was baffling. He viewed this type of aircraft as obsolete or outdated. In his view, the domestic insurgency problems within the Philippines had significantly diminished. Therefore, the urgent need for propeller-driven planes to fight guerrillas was no longer there. The senator suggested that the government should shift its focus and its budget. Instead of buying propeller planes, he pushed for the acquisition of faster, more sophisticated fighter jets like the FA-50 to bolster external defense. This was deemed far more relevant given the rising tensions in the West Philippine Sea. However, the Armed Forces of the Philippines, or AFP, held a different view, and they stood firm on their decision. They insisted that adding these 6 Super Tucanos was vital. If this purchase goes through, the Philippine Air Force will operate a total of 12 units, complementing the 6 already stationed at Major Fernando Air Base in Cavite. So why is the Philippine military so insistent on keeping these planes in an era of modern fighter jets? Let us break down exactly what the A-29 Super Tucano brings to the table. Physically, this is a turboprop aircraft. This means it still relies on a propeller. To the untrained eye, seeing a propeller plane might feel like looking at technology from the past. It certainly doesn't look as fast or aggressive as a jet fighter tearing through the sky with a sonic boom. But looks can be deceiving. The Super Tucano is a highly efficient and modern war machine in its own class. Its main strength is not raw speed, but endurance and flexibility. This aircraft can fly low and slow, loitering over a target area for much longer periods than any jet fighter could dream of. AFP spokesperson Colonel Francel Margaret Padilla and Air Force spokesperson Colonel Maria Cristina Vasco emphasized 2 key phrases: cost-efficient and mission-fit. In the military world, operational cost is a deciding factor. Flying a jet fighter is incredibly expensive. They burn through fuel rapidly, and their maintenance is complex. In contrast, the Super Tucano is economical. It sips fuel and is easy to maintain. For an archipelagic nation like the Philippines, the ability to conduct routine patrols without draining the national treasury is a strategic advantage. Furthermore, the military explained that this aircraft supports their new defensive strategy, the Comprehensive Archipelagic Defense Concept, or CADC. This strategy aims to protect the entire sovereign territory, from the mainland to the outermost islands and the exclusive economic zone. Even though the Philippines is shifting its focus towards external threats at sea, the need for ground operations has not disappeared. This is where the specific role of the Super Tucano becomes irreplaceable. It is a specialist in close air support. Imagine ground troops needing air cover while operating in a dense jungle or on a remote island. Jet fighters often fly too fast to provide precise support for small targets on the ground. The Super Tucano, with its ability to fly slow and steady, can target with precision, providing maximum protection for the soldiers below. As cited by Inquirer.net on December 8, 2025, the 6 units currently in operation have already proven their effectiveness in security operations across the southern Philippines. They have become reliable assets in maintaining internal stability. Beyond combat, this aircraft serves a dual role that is deeply humanitarian. The Philippines is a country frequently hit by natural disasters. In the aftermath of typhoons or floods, the Super Tucano is invaluable for humanitarian assistance and disaster response. It can be used to assess infrastructure damage, search for victims at sea, or monitor aid distribution routes. Its ability to land on short or rough airstrips gives it access to areas that larger aircraft simply cannot reach.
Essentially, it is a versatile workhorse, ready to be deployed at a moment's notice. There is one other strategic reason rarely discussed, but crucial for the future of the Philippine Air Force, and that is its role as an advanced trainer. Producing a fighter pilot is a long and costly process. You can't simply put a rookie pilot into the cockpit of a sophisticated jet. The risk is too high, both for the pilot's life and for the multi-million-dollar asset. The Super Tucano bridges this gap. Although it uses a propeller, the cockpit and avionics systems inside are thoroughly modern. Pilots learn to operate advanced weapon systems, digital navigation, and air combat tactics using this platform. This allows the Philippine Air Force to train their pilots routinely. They can practice bombing Ronting ground attacks at a fraction of the cost. Expensive flight hours on main fighter jets can then be saved for missions that are truly critical. By doing this, when these pilots are ready to transition to the faster FA-50 or future fighter jets, they already possess a mature tactical foundation. This budget debate essentially highlights a classic dilemma in national defense. It's the tension between the desire for fearsome assets like fighter jets versus the need for realistic daily operations. Fighter jets are indeed important symbols of power for external defense. However, the geographic reality of the Philippines demands flexibility. Threats do not always come in the form of a massive enemy fleet. Often, the challenge lies in border surveillance, island security, and rapid disaster response. The decision to stick with the Super Tucano shows a pragmatic approach. They are not just chasing the prestige of high technology, but focusing on what is actually needed on the ground. The archipelagic defense strategy requires a mix of assets. It cannot rely on just one type of aircraft. There must be synergy between the jets guarding the outer frontiers and the light attack aircraft guarding the inner territories and training the next generation. By operating 12 units of Super Tucanos in the near future, the Philippines is building a sustainable defense posture. They are ensuring 24-hour combat readiness, whether for conflict or for humanitarian missions. This move confirms that military modernization doesn't always mean buying the most expensive or the fastest equipment. Modernization also means choosing the right tool for the job. This propeller plane may look simple compared to a supersonic jet, but its presence provides a tangible guarantee of safety for the people and soldiers on the ground. In the end, this decision is not about stepping back into the past. It is about strengthening the foundation of defense in a smart way. Sometimes strength isn't about who has the biggest gun or the fastest plane. It is about who is most ready to adapt and evolve.